If you want a new gaming PC and you have around $1,200 to spend, this is going to be the perfect video for you because I will show you the best pure performance $1,200 gaming system. And even though this system is designed to be run at 1440p resolution ultra settings, you can also play at 1080p, very high FPS, and you can play at 4K if you wanted to. And on top of that, I will show you the exact level of performance that you can get with this system. That way, if you want to buy it, you know the level of performance that you can expect. The link to this system and the alternatives that I will mention will be down below in the video description. My name is Valentino, and with that being said, let's start. So first, I'm going to start with the CPU. Here I chose the Ryzen 5 7600. This is a great 6-core 12-thread processor that is not going to bottleneck our GPU, which is the most important component when it comes to your gaming performance. Also, this Ryzen 5 7600 will allow you to play esports games such as Fortnite or CS2 at 240 plus FPS on average at 1440p resolution competitive settings. So if you want a 240Hz 1440p monitor, feel free to buy one. Now, for this CPU, you do not require an aftermarket CPU cooler, and the stock one from AMD is free and is going to give you plenty of performance. However, I did add an aftermarket CPU cooler for just $20 because the aesthetics are going to be better, the temps are going to be lower, and overall it is a nice cheap upgrade. Then for the motherboard, we have the ASRock B650M Pro RS Micro ATX motherboard. This is from the AM5 platform, which means that if down the line you want to upgrade to a faster CPU, for example, the Ryzen 7 7800X3D, which is the fastest CPU in the market, you can do so without having to swap your motherboard, which is a huge plus if you want to upgrade your CPU easily down the line. Then for the memory kit, we have 32 gigs of DDR5 memory at 6000 MHz CL30 timings. This means that this memory kit is very fast, and since you get 32 gigs of RAM, this system is going to be ideal for both gaming and streaming at the same time. And you can also do content creation with no issues with this system, since 32 gigs of RAM is plenty for content creation as well, depending on your workloads. Then for the storage, you get a 1TB Gen 4 SSD, which is nice, and you can always upgrade your storage down the line in case you need more, because the motherboard has more than one M.2 slot. And trust me, it is a very easy upgrade to make if you ever need more storage. Then for the graphics card, and the most important component when it comes to gaming, as I said before, we have two options here. We have one from AMD and we have one from Nvidia. The one from AMD is the RX 7900 GRE, going for around $520 at the moment, and it will give you amazing 1440p performance. As I said before, this system is designed for 1440p resolution ultra settings, but you can play in any resolution, and I will get to the level of performance in a second. But I want to say that the 7900 GRE is excellent, and it has 16 gigs of VRAM, which means that it's good for 1440p right now, but also for 1440p in the future. Now, the 4070 Super is a bit more expensive, but if you must have Nvidia, this is the right GPU for you. Keep in mind that you get 12 gigs of VRAM instead of 16 gigs, which makes it not as future-proof as the 7900 GRE, but also keep in mind that the most popular games in the market do not require more than 12 gigs of VRAM. So, in terms of gaming performance, on a 12-game average from TechSpot in very high demanding games, and I'm talking about games like Cyberpunk 2077, The Last of Us Part 1, and these type of games, well, at 1440p, the RX 7900 GRE was able to average 105 FPS, while the 4070 Super was able to average 108. Very similar in terms of gaming performance, you will not notice the difference between the two. And then at 1080p, you can expect 145 FPS on average from the GRE and 146 FPS on average from the 4070 Super. Basically the same once again. And then if you want to play at 4K resolution down the line, you can expect 60 plus FPS on average from both GPUs, the 7900 GRE and 4070 Super. Keep in mind that these tests have no upscaler on, which means that if you turn on DLSS or FSR at 4K, you will be achieving more than 60 plus FPS on average, so you can basically play at any resolution very smoothly, especially at 1440p and 1080p, but you can play at 4K at a very smooth level as well if you turn on FSR or DLSS, depending on the GPU that you get. If you want my recommendation, well, if you care about ray tracing and you want DLSS to be your upscaler, go with the 4070 Super. If you are a beginner and you don't know what DLSS is, well, It is basically the upscaler from Nvidia, and it works better than FSR, which is the upscaler from AMD, because the Nvidia upscaler DLSS has a better image quality. By the way, if you want to see a more specific benchmark, well, on Cyberpunk 2077 high quality settings at 1440p, you can expect 97 FPS on average from both graphics cards. Then playing Alan Wake 2 on high quality settings, by the way, which is a very high demanding title, you can expect 63 FPS on average from the GRE and 67 FPS on average from the 4070 Super. Once again, you can expect even higher frame rates if you turn on DLSS or FSR. And then playing The Last of Us Part 1, you can expect 81 FPS on average from the GRE and 86 FPS on average from the RTX 4070 Super. So as you can see, very smooth performance, and as I said before, in terms of esports games such as Fortnite, Valorant, CS2, Apex Legends, and these type of games, you can expect 240 plus FPS on average in competitive settings, and even 360 plus FPS depending on the exact game that you're playing and the settings. So basically this is the perfect pure performance gaming system, and the price is different for both systems because one has the 4070 Super and the other one has the 7900 GRE. So I will talk about the pricing in a little bit after talking about the airflow and also the power supply. But before that, I want to say that if you are finding valuable information throughout this video, leave a like and subscribe, is going to help the channel a lot. Now for the case, we have this one right here, the Montec Air 100 ARGB. I think it's beautiful. It comes with 4 pre-installed fans, plenty of airflow, a great front mesh panel, and the price is very decent at $65. So I don't have anything bad against this case. I built that system myself, it was pretty easy, so big thumbs up for this case. And then for the power supply, we have an A tier rated unit, meaning that it's the best quality out there, and this is the Be Quiet Pure Power 12M 850 watt 80 plus gold power supply. Now 850 watts is an overkill for this particular system, but you can upgrade down the line to faster graphics cards and faster CPUs since you get this amount of wattage. So if down the line you want to have the RTX 4080 Super in this system, for example, you can upgrade to that graphics card without having to upgrade your power supply as well. And the pricing between 750 watt power supplies and 850 watt power supplies is only about $10, so I would definitely recommend you going with this one. The total price for the system with the RX 7900 GRE is about $1,180 when recording this video. I highly recommend you checking the latest prices and availability down below in the video description, because maybe when you're watching this system is even cheaper, or maybe is a bit more expensive. And then if you want to buy the RTX 4070 Super for this system, well, the total price will be around $1,220. So yes, a bit more expensive, but it is up to you whether you want an Nvidia graphics card or an AMD one. And if you have a different budget, let's say you have $1,500 to spend, or maybe you are not willing to go up to $1,200 and you want to spend around $1,000, then I highly recommend you watching my video on the best gaming PC builds of the month for every budget and every resolution. You will have that one in the top right of the screen. And if you need personal PC help and you want me to help you out with your specific situation and your budget and needs, that's going to be the top link in the description for my PC community. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.